let's get started. Today I'm going to feature this beautiful Artisan Sketched Garden paper. It is very, very, I love black and white. There's something about it to me is just so, so beautiful and so stunning. So this is the paper, and I just wanted you to be able to see it as I used it on all of the cards I made today. And these are obviously flowers in vases, and you can use these, cut them out, use, 3 or 4 on a card front, or you can fussy cut them and color them. It's just, to me, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And here's some more with lots of flowers. One card I made, I didn't use this one, but I used another one, and I just spotlighted a few of the flowers and colored them. It really turned out. And then the black and white dots are just, they're so fun. And then this one, I used this one on one of them, and I fussy cut 2 of the different flower bouquets and made a card. And then there's little tiny leaves on this one. And of course there's 2 of each. And then also there's this one, which is the one I spotlighted some of the flowers on. And it's got this pretty, that would make a beautiful card front. And then this one has the flowers that you could just cut out, and use it on the front. And then it's got the stripes, which stripes and dots go really good on the same card. And then this one is another little bouquets. And then it has the black and white, black with white leaves. So that's the paper. And you haven't bought it yet, but if you're interested, there is a sale, and it's 15% off through the month of August. You get 15% off special 15% off certain designer series papers and cardstock, and some two-tone cardstock. So if you're wanting to stock up on anything, this is a good time to do it. And it's good through the month of August, but if they go out, they might not come back in time, so you might want to shop early. Anyway, that's my spiel for today. So this is the card we're going to make, and it opens up in the center. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's really, really simple. And I cut out I fussy cut one of the flower pots and just left it black and white. I didn't want any color on this, and then used the stripes on the side. So what I did was, well, first I'll give you the measurements, and then I'll show you what I did. So we're starting with basic black, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then for the inside, I have basic white, 4 inches by 3 3/8 inches. So that's for the inside. And then for the 2 side pieces, we have 2 pieces of the stripe of the Artisan Sketched Garden DSP, 4 1/8 by 7/8. And then I have a piece of basic white for the front, 4 1/8 by 3 3/8. So that's for the front, underneath the dotted Artisan Sketched Garden, 4 inches by 3 1/4. And then I'm using this 3/8 inch black iridescent ribbon, and that is really, really pretty. And then these are the sentiment. This is the sentiment, and that is from Scalloped Blooms, the Scalloped Blooms stamp set. And no, Rebecca, I never did find my other piece, so I had to buy another one. Yes, that's good through the end of the month, Rebecca. The 15% off is good through the end of August. So let's get started. So with this, so I have, this is 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. And now I'm going to take my trimmer, and I'm going to cut 1 inch. So I'm going to cut on each side 1 inch. So I'm lining that up on the 1 inch mark. And I'm going to take my cutter and I'm going to cut down, and this is where I have to take my glasses off so I can see. Cut down to the center, to the 4 1/4 inch. So it comes right there. And then I'm going to turn it over and do it the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to start at the top and go down and go right to the 4 1/4. So I can just kind of gauge how far that it goes. And if I don't get it right the first time, but I did. So there we go. So that's easy, simple. And then we're going to fold these over and burnish them well. Take my bone folder and burnish these well. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put seal, on these, and I'm going to adhere the 1 inch piece down. So I'm just going to adhere that and make sure that it's even. And then I'll do the next side. So these will be adhered down. Okay, so that's that. So then I will put the inside piece in while I've got it open. And I have put a thank you on this. So this will go right in here. No, Rebecca, it's all the rest of the month. So this will go here. And then we'll open this up, close this up, and we'll put our 2 side pieces on. So these will go right here. I just love the way the dots and the stripes look together. I think it's really pretty, really stunning. And I'll just add these here. And then I'll add the centerpiece. So that goes there. And then we're going to put the dots on the basic white. So we're going to put this here. And I have just about less than an 1/8, about a 16th little border on that. And then this will go in the center, in the front, right there. And then I fussy cut the flower. So this one will go right here. And I'm not going to pop it up because I'm going to put that ribbon on it. So I'm just going to add some seal to it right there. I can put a little glue on that later, or I won't need it though. And then I'm just going to tie a little knot. So the knot will be tied, and then I'm going to trim off I just want it pretty small. So I'm just trimming off the excess, and then I'll put this on with a mini glue dot. And that will go right here. And then the here it is. The sentiment is also from the Scalloped Blooms, and it's your kindness means so much. And then, of course, thank you inside. So what a nice thank you card, huh? And I put some mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. And then this is going to go right across here. And there. And that's it. Very, very, very quick and simple card. But I think it's really stunning. So that's the one. And you know me, I have to make more. So I'm going to start with this one. And this one is, I cut, so I have the thick basic cardstock on the, as the base, and then just basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4, and then I cut a square that was 3 by 3 and cut it in half. And then I added the, I cut these out of the paper, and I used Barely Blush and Granny Apple Green and colored them, and then just added them with dimensionals. Nice thank you card. So I thought that was pretty. And then this one is, I just cut some of them out, and I highlighted one of them, and it says Sending Happy Thoughts, and I added the ribbon. So that was kind of fun to do, just to highlight one of the vases. And this one, I actually went with Hydrangea Hue with it. I cut out a 4 by 4. Is that 4? I think that's 4. No, 3 by 3 piece. 3 by 3. And I cut them apart at 1 1/4 inches, and then I rounded the corners. I used a corner rounder and rounded these corners, and I think that really turned out cute. And I colored the different, colored this one and that one, and so I thought that was really cute. I actually did this probably 15 years ago, and we made cards in the club one time using this idea, and I think it's really, really cute. And you just cut a piece 3 by 3 and cut them apart and an 1.5 inches, and then corner round them, and I just think that really is neat. A neat idea, neat technique. Here's another one. I used the arched dies, Everyday Arches dies. I cut out some of the paper, and then this is the vine, the Paradise Garden. And by the way, the Paradise Garden is on the last chance list, which I'm really sad because I love that embossing folder. And then this is the one that I highlighted some of the flowers, and I just added, just did some of them. I used crisp cantaloupe, and then I used the pine, peaceful pine, for the leaves, and didn't do all of them, just some of them, kind of surrounding the ones that I colored. Added a strip of the black and white, really easy. And then this one is probably the one that is, this is a double easel card. So it stands like that, and what you do is you take one piece of the thick and make it just 11 by 4 1/4 and score it at 5 1/2, and that is the back, this back piece. And then you take a piece that's 10 1/2 by 4, I think it's 4. Yeah, 10 1/2 by 4, another basic white, and then I added some old olive back there. And then this is one of the new sets coming up, and I don't remember the name of it right now. I should have written it down, but I didn't. So I used that Scalloped, and this is this Radiant Sunflower DSP that is coming in the new catalog. So, and by the way, the new catalogs will be on their way to you in probably, well, this is the first week of August, so probably the 3rd week of August you should get them. So I just love that. I think that is so pretty, and what a neat card to receive. And you could say, wishing you so much happiness, and then happy birthday inside. I didn't put anything on the inside yet. So anyway, that's the double easel card. So these are the cards that I made extra and had fun doing them. And then this is the one that we made today. So if you share and let me know, I will send what the card we made today to someone. So thank you for attending, and I hope you enjoyed this. I love this paper. And it is on sale 15% off, which makes it like, I don't know, $11 and something. So yeah, you could use any colors you want. I kind of am sticking with right now I'm kind of sticking with the in colors because I love them all so much. Didn't know if I would, but I really do love them. They coordinate together so well. So I've been using a lot of the in colors. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you, Rebecca. Good. I hope you can enjoy it. Thank you, Yvonne. Thanks. She said very nice cards. And Beth said these are pretty. You can use any color you want, exactly. And I hope this inspires you to make some cards. You don't have to use, I mean, you could use any of the designer series paper that you have. You could use anything. You don't have to have the black and white. But if you like the black and white, now's a good time to get it. So I hope you all have a very wonderful day. And again, check out the sale on the paper because it is a good deal. And I have a feeling if things run out, some of them are not on sale. Some of the designer series paper are not on sale. But if they are, they might run out, and I don't know whether they would get them back in before the end of the sale. So it's good to get in early. So thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.